Hello and welcome to another episode of the Thrift Store Prepper, and look what we've got going on, our fancy screen logo in the background, making us look professional. And this is a little bit of a different angle, so let me know what you think. We can see a little shit there. The Thrift Fam fireplace is burning brightly, and as always, Binocular Boy and Prepper Baby are sitting looking over us next to Mr. Noodles and their golden Rizzler. So welcome everybody to another little video, and we've got a $20, actually less than $20 top up for you in this particular episode. But I've got a little bit of exciting news, and some of my mail has arrived. Nothing from viewers or fan mail yet, but a little while ago I did, with my first tip outs, invest a little bit of money back into the Thrift Store Prepper project, and I purchased some nutsacks. So nutsacks. I've got a whole bunch of pink shiny nutsacks. We're going to look at these quickly before we get the $20 top up out. Unfortunately, I got ones that seem a little too small, but there is one. Look, we've got some very nice pink little nutsacks. Now, maybe not all's lost as normal. Like, this is the size that I have been sending out, so they're a lot smaller, and I'm not sure how many nuts you could get in one of these, but they're still very nice, and that was kind of the idea, that maybe, you could get two together, and that would be your nut sacks. But we'll work with what we got, and we'll figure something out there. So that was something I was going to use to be able to brand my own little nutsack empire, I guess. Whether or not that will happen, who knows? But they've come, and they're pretty cute, and I've still got some more things on order to make that happen, so maybe I might have to get out today and get myself some nuts and put the first batch of trail mix together, perhaps. I don't know. Figure that one out later. But there you go. We've got some nice pink and shiny nut sacks. So let me know in the comments below what you think of those. And let's move on to the $20 unbagging. So I've got two bags. And I've got to be careful I don't get myself in the camera here, because I'm using a new angle. We might get an ear or something. So this new angle to the Thrift Store Prepper. So here's the receipt, and actually it comes to just over $20. I do tell a lie. I don't know if you can see that there. It says $20.77. So just over 20 bucks for this haul. So what did we get in the haul, ladies and gentlemen? Well, I did give you a little spoiler in the walkabout video that we would be picking up some refried beans. So that's what we got. And the reason I got these, I did mention before at one point when I've brought these, and these ones have green chilies. I didn't even notice that. So that's even better. We got pinto beans and green chilies. So basically, again, our Sensi prepping nutritional values are something we look at here. And again, look at the big numbers: 35% iron, 6% calcium, no vitamins. We've got 14 grams of protein, 40% of your daily fiber, 14% of your carbs, 50% of your sodium. So a bit high on that, but we do need a little bit of sodium in our diet. And we do got 250 calories per serving of 250 mil. So another thing you can use with this is kind of like, let me keep it in the screen, refried pinto beans, but it's a little bit like the tomato paste or the tomato puree. This very, very concentrated. So if you were to have this, for example, and you maybe cut a slice off and mixed it, watered it down and mixed it with some soup, you could make a bean broth. And if you added some stock of your own, if you had the chicken or beef or vegetable stock, the powdered bouillon stuff, you could add that in and make yourself a little bean soup that is going to give you quite a lot of nutritional value. So this is pretty much nothing you've really not seen before, people. It just is a less than $20 top up, and we're getting back to bringing the top ups as part of the videos, and maybe not so much in the live feed, because I think maybe something that's been missing from the channel recently. We haven't been concentrating so much on the pantry videos and in the top-up videos, and I've been including that as part of the live feeds. But we had a little bit of a reshuffle and shaking things up at the thrift store to try and bring you, the viewer, a more enjoyable experience. And you know what Adam said to me in one of those early phone calls was to, you got to keep improving and keep getting better. So I hope I'm doing that and taking steps in the right direction. So the next thing, we've got some white kidney beans and some dark red kidney beans. And again, the Sensi numbers here are very, very, very impressive, and beans are one of the kind of things I would suggest many of you go out and purchase, but perhaps not the dried variety. I'd always go for the cans because we have the water that they're in. They're already, you can cook them in this container if you need to on an open fire. And if all else fails, if you just open the can, you can eat it for the can. But things like dried pastas, rice, although you can reduce a little bit of the cook time on the parboiled or the instant sort of rice type things, minute rice stuff. But rice, dried beans, all these kind of things, they need a lot of water in order to cook them. And not only that, they need a lot of fuel and heat in order to generate, the temperatures warm enough to boil water in order to cook things. And dried beans do have an extremely long cook time, around an hour. Maybe more if you're just using an open flame. So this is what I'm talking about Sensi fail-safe items. All you need is a can opener and you're good to go with this stuff. So let's have another look what was in here. So yeah, there was the white and I believe dark red kidney beans. So we've got refried pinot beans, white and red kidney beans, fava beans with a nice Chianti, Hannibal Lecter, Gorgons is what they are called if you use the French. So we've got a couple of cans of those. If I can find the other one. Yeah, there we are. So we've got 2 cans of fava beans. Now we can no longer see Prepper Baby and Binocular Boy hidden away under there. But let me know what you think of this little setup. Although I'm going to have to get used to filming in this way. But this is something I want to do for maybe the little videos, not so much the live feed. But yeah, you got the TSP logo in the background in the little shit looking out over the top. So fava beans, guess what, people? We got another couple of cans of potatoes. You know how sensible these are. We showed you many times on the channel about the potatoes, and numbers nearly all across the board, with the exception of we've got vitamins, everything going on in these, everything we could possibly want and need, with the exception of vitamin A and sugars. But potatoes fill you up very good, and again, just open the can and good to go. But you have the water inside that you can utilize as well, and all of these except for the refried have their own source of water inside, so you can cook them in their own juices, so to speak. So nearly running to the end of this. Navy beans. We got 2 cans of navy beans, and the reason being, these were all 87 cents. Actually, no, I think they were less than that. Let me check. Yeah, they were 87 cents. Everything with the exception of the potatoes and the refried beans were 87 cents. So the beans, refried beans, I think were on the 137, 147 perhaps. Actually, I've got the prices here. If I can find it. No, I can't. Oh, yes, I can. Yeah, 147 on those two. and 117 on the potatoes, but everything else was 87 cents. So we got some navy beans, and again, this is something we haven't seen before, but lots and lots and lots of numbers on the nutritional value count. So that's why we've got these. And again, they're refried, the black-eyed peas, not the terrible rap band or hip-hop band formed with Fergie and that other dude. What was his name? I forget now. But there's a black-eyed, two black-eyed peas, blue, two navy beans, two falva, two kidneys, two refried, and two potatoes. And guess what the last item I bought? Because believe it or not, all of this here, what you're seeing on front of you, cost around $14, which left me actually around 15 bucks. So I did go 77 cents over the 20 bucks on this one. And guess what the last item was? You're right. It was a good old meat stick, because you can't have too many meat sticks in your pantry, people. And again, we've looked at this, lots and lots of protein, and not the best item, probably very, very processed and full of sodium, but it is a very filling item, and for $6 we get 15 servings. So that is the most expensive item, and the meat sticks are the most expensive thing I do have in my pantry. I do try to keep things below the dollar mark as much as I can, and the most expensive I think we normally go up to is around $3 or $4, possibly at the top end of the items. But the meat sticks are our luxury items, and again, you can't go wrong with a meat stick. So that's everything I got for $20, and that was this week's $20 top up for you. Now everything come from the No Frills. So let's just swing you around a little bit. So what I'm going to try and do, see, we've got 2 bags there left to open. That's the $50 Dollarama haul, which I'm going to make the video later. But you can see the little treasure hunting container that I found the other week. We're going to try and be utilizing that. So unfortunately, today is looking a little bit like it's going to be overcast and not so much sun as yesterday. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get out and sun myself as I did yesterday afternoon. So I might do a little bit of tinkering around with the pantry. So let's put the nut sacks in there. And we can legitimately say that this video does contain a meat stick and some nut sacks for those who like the inappropriate humor. But indeed, this is something that is very, very handy to have in our pantry. And even these, though they are the too small or a little smaller than I thought they were going to be for the my nutsack trail mix project, we can figure out a way to utilize them. And I think that was about $4 for those, maybe 5 tops for 100 of those little mylar bags that got sent to me from China, funny enough. So we'll figure out how we can use these little shiny pink nut sacks one way or another. And as I said, maybe we might make smaller portions of trail mix for you, and maybe do a multiple giveaway, multiple, I don't know, we'll figure something out, you know what I'm trying to say. Maybe like 3 different flavors or something. We'll work something out. But yeah, that's everything from today's video, Thrift Fam. So rolling up to the 14-minute mark, we'll keep it short and sweet for you. This was a $20 top up. As always, it was a shit video production for me, the TSP, letting me know what you think of this video, and we'll catch you next time, Thrift Fam. Take it easy.